preview, which I get asked, when am I ever going to change my name to Echo Park Man, which will never happen. I tell you what, if the Bruton family wants to sponsor me or sponsor the show and give me some money to be Echo Park Man, I'll be Echo Park Man all they want. You know what I mean? But until then, it's Atlanta Man. What's going on, y'all? I'm Brandon Atlanta Man Bang, coming to you live right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the universe, Thunderbolt, Georgia. Another episode of Rubbin' and Grubbin'. Rubbin' is racing, grubbin' is tasting. Look here, man. This might be one of my favorite Wednesdays of the year. We are on the Saint Eve of heading to Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park Speedway tomorrow morning. So can't wait, excited. See all my brothers and sisters up there we go with every year. Lawrence and his family will be there. I mean, come on, man. It's going to be a good time. You know, Atlanta Man and Turn 2 crew, we're going to be there representing. So if you know where we're at, come down and see us. If not, hey, man, ask a question. Hit us up. You know, come down, slide through, have a cold beer, and watch a few laps of the race or something. You know, more than welcome to. So make sure you're staying tuned all weekend long. Me and Lawrence will be doing a little bit of live updates here and there, probably early morning before I start getting rowdy. But I'm telling you, it's going to be a good time. Weather looks good, maybe a little bit of rain, but we're fingers crossed, man. So, yeah, ready for it. Getting started with the word of the day. If you're new to tuning into the show, the way we start to do this is basically I'm going to say a word. I have no idea what it is. Every time I say it, you're going to take a sip of your favorite adult beverage. I say it's age appropriate as well. If you're under 21, get some Kool-Aid, some sweet tea, some Red Bull, whatever it may be. Take a sip, play along, stay up late. So last week's word was Kyle Busch, which I picked him to win, the 500. Didn't quite get me there, but on one of our Facebook posts, unfortunately it wasn't on the YouTube post, but on one of our Facebook posts on Rubbin' and Grubbin', I did comment he finishes 15th. He did finish 15th. You know what I mean? Wasn't on it, but no, man, awesome deal. So probably had a pretty good buzz, but this week's word is gonna be, y'all, I have no idea, but play along, man. So getting right into that NASCAR news, wasn't too eventful of a week this week, obviously, coming off of Daytona. Here we are really just getting the ball rolling in the season, especially the regular season. But Tyler Reddick, man, comes home victorious, wins that Daytona 500. First win for Reddick since 2024. Went winless last year in 25, but, I mean, who can blame him with everything he had going on in his life, family, and with his son. Reddick signed the flag too, man. We got his autograph here. Big shout out to him. Appreciate him with the Rubbin' and Grubbin' signature on the flag for sure. But I tell you what, man, awesome win for him there. Toyota starts the year out hot. I like Tyler Reddick. I don't have anything against him. I think he's a great talent, so love to see him win there. And not to mention, first Daytona 500 victory for 23-11. I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, nobody can take that away from him ever. So I tell you what, man, we'll talk about it a little bit later on, but you better be watching on that 45 this year. If they come out swinging again this week, I tell you, man, they could make a run this year for sure. So if you guys tuned into the Daytona 500 last week, saw the closing laps, you guys saw Bad Brad and Riley Earps get into a little heated exchange on track, if you will, and Brad didn't have very kind words to say after the race, but they disagree, obviously, you would think, game of inches, they say, which it is. I mean, bad block or whatever it might be. Can you stop the run? Can you block the run? Who really knows? But at the end of the day, last lap, last turn, coming down the front stretch, you might as well just door the guy. Hell, spin him out. I mean, who gives a damn? You know what I mean? Like, that's it. I mean, that's how it goes. Last lap, last turn, man, do what you got to do. So I'm not mad at him in any way. I would have liked to see what materialized with Brad's run for sure. He had one coming. I mean, he was moving. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. That's part of that style of racing. So. Adam Andretti to make Truck Series debut, man. I think he's got a few little races on the schedule this year. So this would be Aldo's son, nephew to Mario. So we'll see. We'll see if this talent, rolls down through the generations pretty deep. I mean, it has up to this point. We'll see what it continues to do. So excited for them and that family, and should be a good little deal for sure. Another big name, or another famous name, we will say, pedigree of racing, moving on into NASCAR for sure. So if you guys hadn't yet, man, go out, like, share, follow, all that social media out there, y'all. Lawrence does a great job. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But most importantly, go out, hit the YouTube channel, subscribe. And let's see, man, we're going to be in Atlanta. Nobody won this. I mean, I guessed it right. Nobody won this. We're going to give this away this weekend when we're gone. So there will be a live. We did it with the Harvick one time. We'll probably do it with this one. We'll find somebody that wants this. Maybe we'll raffle it off while we're up there for charitable cause, which Thoughts and prayers go out to Randy Davis and his family as well. Savannah and the Islands lost a staple there for sure. The man has been around forever and just one of the kindest human beings ever. So didn't mention that earlier, but maybe we'll raffle this off and see if we can help the family somehow or make it donation up there to whatever they might need, whatever it might be. So we'll see if we can get that done. But it's gone, man. But make sure you guys are following. Got some other cool giveaways as well. Got some really cool stuff we're going to get into this year here on Rubbin' and Grubbin', man. So make sure you guys are following that social and staying tuned for sure. So Rodney Childers, man, excited to be at Junior Motorsports. I tell you what, I'm excited for him to be over there, man. I can't believe, disagree to disagree and walk away, I guess, right, last year. But man's got a bright mind, good crew chief, championship crew chief there. Really going to give some knowledge over there at JRM and add to depth of one of the best teams that's already in the, what do we call it now, the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. So just making sure, you stay tuned and up to date with that, man. Check him out. So mad respect for Rodney Childers and going to be a good run. We'll see what he can do for sure. So that'll wrap it up for the NASCAR news, y'all. Before we go any further, we're going to pause one good time for station identification right here at Coach's Corner Sports Network. I'm telling you, man, this is the place to be. I'm telling you guys right now. So hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Cheers, y'all. All right, man. So getting ready to get into that who's hot and who's not. But before we do, got to give a big shout out to Arbor Man Tree Service, owner-operator Parker Eccles over there. The man, the myth, the legend himself, the best tree service in Savannah. Doesn't matter what it is. Full tree removal, getting some limbs cut back, stump grinding, whatever it might be when it comes to trees. Make sure you give Parker and his team over there at Arbor Man a call. You'll see that number scrolling on the screen all night long. So as I always love to say, no job too big, too small. Give Parker a call, baby. So getting into the who's hot, and again, we're just kind of starting this season out. I think it's interesting this year we go back-to-back. I guess you would call it super speedway races. I still really don't consider Atlanta a super speedway, which we're going to talk about later on in the show. It is, but I don't consider it one. But, back-to-back, which is going to be interesting. I mean, I doubt there's going to be much, info you can bring back from Daytona running to Atlanta just because of the track difference and banking and width. But we'll see. You know what I mean? We'll see what they can do. But as of right now, Tyler Reddick starts out number one on the hot list, man, in the regular season. I'll tell you what, the 45, he made the moves when he needed to make the move, caught the run, and beat my boy, But I tell you what, I expect big things out of the 45 this year. Really talented young driver. And after, like I said, a dismal 2025, 2026 has to be better. So keep an eye out for that 45. Come on, man. You guys know if he ain't number one, he got to be number two. Chase the Bulldog, Elliott. Y'all, what y'all messing around with? Man, almost had the Daytona. We almost Babe Ruthed it up here and called the shot, man. We were 500 feet away from it. Damn. Anyways. Yeah, 100, huh? Oh, they're that close. Oh, damn, we were 100 feet away from it. I tell you what, man, that was close. But, good way to start it out. We've seen Elliott over the last few years after that championship run, if you want me to be honest, kind of fall off a little bit as far as being in the win and being dominant. Now, I relate that to a lot of different things, like I said. I think a lot of it is just in-house stuff that they've got to get figured out and maybe communication, and maybe it just is not, his style of racing. I mean, but consistency, come on. The guy's going to run top 10, dominated last year with that. With this new point system, if he can do the same thing he did last year, he's going to murder it. So you better watch out for Chase the Bulldog Elliott in 2026, man. You might see Hendrick go back-to-back, two-time champion we might be talking about right there. Chase the Bulldog, baby. So let's get after it, man. Third, I'm going to make Lawrence feel good since he's under the weather, and it ain't Ryan Blaney, but it is a Ford. I'll take Joey Logano on it. And the reason I'm going to take Joey Logano, starting out the season good there at Daytona. We know what he can do early in the season. Joey gets on a roll, has good runs, shows up, and then kind of peters out a little bit, if you will, through the summer like some drivers. So at the end of the day, right now I'll take him. Next few races, you can expect that Ford and 22 Penske to be strong for sure. So, getting into the who's not, all right? Now, I'm going to tell you who's not. Any of the fans that get mad at Daytona finishes, you got to be on the not list, right? Like, it's just the style of racing. It is what it is. I mean, these guys are going for a win. If your guy got taken out, it sucks. If your guy wins, it's even better. But at the end of the day, that's just the nature of the beast, so you can't complain, man. You might as well just chalk it up. So one thing else that I don't like, which I don't know if anybody else saw this. Now, I want to say Ryan Blaney mentioned it, was about Toyota holding the pack up. Basically, in stage 3, he's got pretty upset with Toyota. They were running, I don't know, 52 average, 53 average lap times. Definitely could go faster, but they were kind of holding that field, and nobody could really get around them. So that's kind of cold. Don't really like that MO. It's a nature of the beast, part of it. Same as blocking, I guess, if you will. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. So getting ready to get into that Daytona review, man. I tell you guys what, not a bad race at Daytona. It was a pretty good 500. Weather was pretty good for them. Turned out bad later on that night. Exciting. You had a lot of movement. Had its dull moments, as they all do when they get side by side and ride for a while. But, you saw some calamity there towards the end and some guys really going for it. Excuse me, y'all, which I really like and I really enjoy. I don't think you can really go to Daytona and ask more. I think the days of watching these guys run it clean and packs all the way to the back mostly are done because, one, the run comes so quick now, and two, I just think that, where we're at now, the importance of the points of winning and what it's always been. I mean, these guys they're not going to take second, especially last lap. Now, earlier in the race, why would you? DNF's going to hurt you big time this year, so you got to keep an eye on that. The guys aren't going to be as thirsty through the early and mid part of the race as they are in the end, just because of that DNF is going to hurt you so bad in those points. So, we'll see what they do. But, good little run there for sure. So, getting on into it, man, Atlanta Motor Speedway, Echo Park as they call it now, preview, which I get asked, when am I ever going to change my name to Echo Park, man, which will never happen. I tell you what, if the Bruton family wants to sponsor me or sponsor the show and give me some money to be Echo Park man, I'll be Echo Park man all they want. You know what I mean? But until then, it's Atlanta man. But going to be awesome, man. 1.5 mile super speedway, one of a kind, which is going to be an awesome show. Again, it's only been getting better every year, y'all, if you're keeping up with it. We're going to talk a little bit later on in the show, I think, some characteristics you're going to see. But I can tell you this, man, it's going to be a really good one. Going to be fast, going to be energetic. Obviously, I would say hopefully I can make it to watch it, but I don't miss a race no matter what. It's going to be a good time. Ready to see Bubba, ready to see my boy Big E. Lawrence will be up there. I'm ready to see everybody, man. Matt and Robert, everybody that watches every week. Turn 2 crew, Alan and his crew, they're a couple rows over from us this year. They're not far at all, man, so they'll be over. Going to be a good time, man, again. So, like I said, make sure you guys are following it, and I'm just ready to get up there, man. I can't wait to get up there tomorrow afternoon, get in the infield, and get it going. Have a good time. That's what it's all about. And see some family, as I like to call it, which they are to me, that I only see a couple times a year. So really looking forward to it. But getting into that top 5, again, after last week, if you guys don't think I'm going to take them back-to-back weeks to be number 1 after coming off the win there in the summertime, come on. I'm taking the Bulldog to win at the home track in Georgia, man. The spring hadn't been exactly nice to chase. Had a couple little opportunities maybe here and there, but nothing nice. Mostly summer. But what I will say is he's coming strong, man. I think we go back to back. He won summer, and he'll go ahead and lock it up this fall. We're going to take that number 1. Number 2, guy that won last year at Atlanta springtime race. Spring. We'll go Christopher Bell. I'll take C. Bell. Not a great showing there at Daytona. Kind of got caught up there with teammates and stuff early. Hurt him a little bit, but I tell you what, the kid's good. He'll be right back. 3, we'll put a Ford on there. We'll put young Ryan Blaney, man. Best mustache in the game right now. Even got Elliott beat on the stash. I mean, you got Elliott beat on the stash. So Ryan Blaney got it going on. I think he borrowed a little bit of that from Joey. You know what I mean? They cut it off, and he just was like, yeah, I'll just, I don't know what they do over there at Penske, but it sounds about right.
Come on, man.
But at the end of the day, man, he's going to run good. It's Atlanta. I think Ryan Blaney's probably one of the most talented super speedway racers that we have out in the sport right now. So I'll definitely keep an eye on him in 3rd place. 4, come on, man. Dennis the Menace. We got to take Dennis the Menace. I'll take Denny Hamlin in Atlanta. Again, last spring was kind of odd. Big wreck. Got kind of caught up in that a little bit. We'll see what he can do this year. Maybe he comes through, And 5 is a guy I thought fought really hard last week at Daytona to come back and get a finishing position with what they went through. I'll take young William Byron. I'll take Willie B, man. I'll take, Willie the Kid, as I like to call him, man. Good young talent in the 24 car. Come on, anybody that knows me knows I rep that 24 forever till Gordon retired. And I still like it. But I tell you what, I'll take William Byron right there. Dark horses, man. I think Chase Briscoe, again, has got to be a dark horse. The guy's run good there at Atlanta. He's had some runs. He's coming into his own over there at JGR after a great first year there. I mean, 3 wins? How many poles? 7, 8 poles, 9 poles, however many damn poles he won. He's got the speed. They've got the speed in the camp. I think him and James Smalls are definitely an up-and-coming crew chief driver combo. If they turn around and tie that win total from last year, if they can get 3 again this year, I think it's set in stone. Chase Briscoe is definitely going to go some places, so I'll take him. I'll take Brad K, which isn't too awful dark there, y'all. We know he runs good, but I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go out on a whim. I'm going to go out on a super far whim, and this ain't the style track I like to take this guy at. I'll go Ty Gibbs. I'll go the Prophet. The Prophet's going to get a top 10. I'm not saying a win, but I'll take the Prophet for a top 10. We'll see what happens and goes down there. So you heard it right here. If it happens, you heard it right here, man. So that'll do it for the Atlanta preview, man. We are getting ready to get into that hard right turn. But before we do, I got to give a big shout out to Lamar over there at Lamar's Body Shop. 2301 Skidaway Road. Hop, skip, and a jump away from coaches here, man. Taking care of all your Savannah auto collision needs in Savannah. 35-plus years taking care of business. They are holding it down, and they are the best in the business, man. Lamar and his team cut no corners. Give it to you straight, man. And I tell you what, it doesn't matter what it is. Full paint job, parts, getting swapped out. Man, if you just need an estimate, make sure you're going seeing Lamar and his team up there. 2301 Skidaway Road. Again, 2301. You'll see that number scrolling on the screen as well tonight. So, as I always say, don't settle for par. Go see Lamar, baby. Excuse me, all. So, getting into this hard right turn, right? All right, man, this is what I'm going down for is, Atlanta and what we're getting into as a track. And I've talked about this on the show before, right? I still love Atlanta. It's my favorite track. It's my home track. Always will be. It's put on some great shows throughout the years. Lost a little lackluster there and grew into more of a driver's track there for, a decade plus. But it led to some really good runs. Guys were able to control their tires and actually manipulate their speed through car control and not just, stopping, getting tires and going fast, right? Which I really like. Now, I think what you're getting ready to see at Atlanta coming up compared to any other track, and these are the options that they have, and me and Lawrence talk about this. I don't understand why NASCAR has not ran a 1.5 mile package at Atlanta and then turn around and run a super speedway package at Atlanta. It gives you 2 totally different race styles on the same racetrack, which you can't go anywhere else and do. You really can't do that anywhere else, right? So, going to be interesting. I would like to see that come into effect. I think with the weather and what we have here all up and down throughout Georgia, the hot summers and the cold winters, and especially this winter, it got chilly up there. Snowed quite a few times. So the track's definitely going to have some age, definitely going to have some grit to it. I think it's going to be more abrasive. I think we saw a little bit of it last year after we lost some cars, just cars kind of getting spread out in different packs. I think that's what we'll see. I think this year we're going to see kind of smaller packs. We're not going to see the field running as one big one. Eventually, I think it gets split, whether it's pit stops or what. I think it gets split, and I think you'll see groups. Now, what group can run the other one down, pit strategies, all that goes into play. And I think as we go on in Atlanta, you're going to start seeing it turn back into an older Atlanta. I mean, it is going to be very abrasive. It's going to eat tires, and I would expect this year it's probably going to eat some tires up. But we'll see. It's one of the things that's unique and a great thing that NASCAR and the Bruton family, Bruton Smith's family did there. The Smith family did with the reconfiguration and everything that they put into effect of making it unique and making it one of a kind. But if we're not going to do unique and one of a kind things, what does it really pay off? Is it a better race than watching a Daytona or Talladega? It is to me because I'm there, right? I get to watch it. Now on TV, is it? I would argue it's probably very similar. You got it's too wide. Might get a run if you can get a gap to slow a guy down to get in front, but the only thing different is the moves happen at Atlanta, the blocking and the runs happen a lot faster, and I think than what they do at Daytona. It's a lot smaller track. It's not as wide, and obviously it's a little bit under a mile less, lengthwise. So I think you're going to see some things different. So everybody that says out there like these 1.5 miles are all the same, it's all cookie cutter, it's all this and that. There's a reason we're going back to Charlotte 1.5 miles in the fall, just like we do for the Coca-Cola 600. Even though each one might be shaped very similar, a little bit the same, all characteristics are different. So I love it, man. But that's the hard right turn. Can't wait to get to Atlanta. I'm going to make a hard right turn right into that turn to Tunnel and then right into the turn to Q23 where I'm going to be, baby. So come see me, man. But getting on to the grubbing, y'all, that'll do it for the rubbing. We went with a staple here, one of me and Lawrence's favorites. I tell you what, one of the best around. This is some good eats now, and I like to get down. I just mix it all together in a go box, shake it up, and eat it with a fork. But we went with the classic nachos, chicken nachos here at Coach's, man. Got the jalapenos, we got the lettuce, we got the cheese, we got the picante salsa on the side, little sour cream right here, man. We are ready to rock and roll. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't come out, had a meal here at Coach's yet, you guys are sleeping, man. Some really good eats, really good food. So make sure you guys are coming and checking it out. Right here, Thunderbolt, Georgia, center of the universe, Coach's Corner, baby. So getting into some of that Coach's news, following me tonight, we got the legend in the house himself, Coach Carl DeMasi, keeping you up to date on everything in that area on the DeMasi Sports Report, Savannah Sports Report, baby. Coming to you live 7 right here in the Sound Garden, Coach's Corner. So make sure you guys are staying tuned here on the Sports Network and watching Coach throw it down for sure. I tell you what, Coach even made a little bit of Daytona, talked a little bit of Daytona last week, man, which I was happy for that. I appreciated that. It was awesome. So we're gonna stick with Coach, watch the show tonight. But if you guys hadn't, also, man, go check out his YouTube, follow that, subscribe to that, spread the word. I'm telling you, man knows his stuff, keeping you up to date. And I think there is not a better sports show locally that keeps you with the prep sports and the athletes that we have in this local area, like Coach Carl DeMasi. So make sure you're repping that. All right, man. Before I get out of here, I just want to give a big shout out and a thank you to everybody that came out last weekend as well and supported Broughton Boat Right Racing. It was an amazing turnout. Congrats to all those waffle and raffle winners. Thank you to all the businesses out there that donated in. I'm telling you, this young kid's got some talent. He's going places. If you know anything about racing, you take whatever it costs for your kid to have the best equipment in baseball and football and hockey and the best coaches, and you times that by 50, and that's what it costs for, an engine. I mean, it's a very expensive sport to get into, regardless of talent. And I tell you what, kids got it. Stay on it. Watch them. Follow that social, man, and we'll see how far all those great donations that the local area brought up for this local boy, we'll see how far that money can go and what he can get into this year. So definitely make sure you're following Broughton Boat Right Racing as well. I'm out of here, y'all. It's going to be an early night for me. I got to travel up to Atlanta Motor Speedway tomorrow. I hope everybody that's coming up, you guys be safe. I will see y'all when you get there if you're not already there before I am. Like I say, man, love one another, y'all. Take care of one another. Check in on one another, all right? That's what it's all about. Regardless if it's your best friend or it's just somebody you know, if somebody's going through a hard time, man, make sure you're reaching out, giving them an outlet. Say some kind words. You never know how, one conversation can really change an outlook on somebody's mental game. So, again, make sure you're taking care of yourself physically, spiritually, and mentally. And as always, stay safe. Love you guys. And wash your hands, y'all. See y'all next week.